everyone. In today's video, we are going to discuss potential due to a system of charges, and the relation between electric potential and electric field. In my previous video, I had mentioned that I will be discussing electric dipole in this video, but I had thought of shifting it to the next video. So, for today's topic, we have to draw a diagram like this. So where you can see there are a number of charges Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, Q5, and there is a point P. So you have to find out the electric potential at this point P due to all these point charges. And these are at respective distances R1, R2, R3, R4 and Qn charge to be at a distance of Rn from the point P. Now in our previous class, we have studied that potential due to a point charge is given as 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R. This is the point charge. Now for a system of charges, for a system of charges, like this is a system of charges, suppose. So then potential at P will be, so since this is a scalar quantity, what you have to do, you have to plus all the potentials, and if there are n number of charges, so you have to write till plus Vn. So if you consider in each case, it will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 by R1 plus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q2 by R2 plus plus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Qn by Rn. So if you take common 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, it will be Q1 by R1 plus plus Qn by Rn. So this we can write in general form as, so 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is common, we can write in this manner. So let us take a variable I equals to 1 to n, since it starts from 1 and since there are n number of charges, we have taken I equals to 1 to n. Then here we can write Qi Ri, where I denotes like this numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 till n, and so we can write it in this form. This is the resultant potential for a system of charges, where the charges are discrete. You can distinguish all the charges. Now for a continuous charge system, for a continuous charge distribution, we can write it as V. Now since you know, for a continuous charge distribution, the summation will not be there, it will be replaced by integration. We have read it in the previous chapter of electrostatics, in the first chapter of electrostatic, electric potential and capacitance in the second chapter. So we can write this in this manner, where Q has been replaced by dq, R is R only, and here we have replaced the summation by integration sign. So for suppose when the charge distribution is in this form, in the form of surface distribution, then what we will write? In place of dq we will write sigma ds, and if it is a volume, there is a volume, suppose it is in the form of a cube, then what we will write? Then again we will write it as rho dV. Okay, and in case of line element, line distribution of charges, we can write it as lambda dl. So in this way we can represent a continuous charge distribution. Now we will be discussing about the relation between electric field and electric potential. So for this, let us assume a charge is kept at the point O, which is a point charge Q, and we consider a point A and B nearer to it. Now point A has a potential V plus dV and B has a potential V. Now suppose you want to bring a charge from point B to point A. Okay, so you need to, so suppose you are bringing a charge from B to A, then what will be the work done in doing that? That we have to calculate. So let us write it in this manner. So imagine you have a test charge. Imagine you have a test charge here and you want to bring it. Imagine you have a test charge here and you want to bring it towards this direction. Now in this direction you can see there is a source charge here and it will apply a force of repulsion on this charge Q naught. Okay, why? Because this is a positive charge and this is also a positive charge. So it will apply a force of repulsion on this source charge, test charge Q naught. So what will happen? So it has to do work against the electrostatic force of repulsion in bringing the charge from point A to B. So the force, so we can write the force of repulsion on Q naught while bringing it from B to A will be what? Let us write it in this form, Q naught E, where E is the electric field due to this source charge. The source charge creates an electric field around it, we know. So it can be written in this form. So now we are writing it in scalar form only. So we can write it is directed along OB. So we can see that the force will be along, the electric field will be along this direction. Now we need to know the amount of work done in bringing the charge from this point to this point. So small work done. So we always know when we have to do something against the cause, we have to do work. So here against this force of repulsion we have to do work. So at first we will calculate actually the amount of work done in displacing it through this amount, through an amount dr. So here we can write, work done is equal to force into displacement. So here let us write it as dr vector. So here we can write f dr cos 180 degree, since it is against the force of repulsion, so it will be f dr minus. Okay, Why minus? Since, okay. So now let us write it in this manner. dw, okay, let us write it here, minus q naught e dr. So we have written the value of f from here. Now we can write in this manner, dw by q naught equals to minus edr. dw by q naught, we bring q naught below dw. Then what we can write? So this is equal to what? Potential, work done by charge is dv, so minus dr. So therefore E can be written as minus dv dr. So here you can see we have deduced the relation between electric field and potential. So here dv by dr is known as potential gradient. Okay, so dv by dr is known as potential gradient and E can be written as minus dv by dr. So now what is the significance of this minus sign? This minus sign denotes that the potential decreases in the direction of the field. Okay, this is the significance of the minus sign. Now this formula can be written in other way also. Let us see now. So let us write us again in this manner, E equals to minus dv by dr. Now suppose you are asked to find out the potential from the electric field. Electric field is given. So then you want to find out the potential. Then how can we write? So we can write in this manner, minus dv equals to edr, or we can write dv equals to minus edr. So if you are asked, if you have to integrating, we can write this as v1 to v2 equals to minus edr integration r1 to r2. Suppose r1 and r2 are 2 points, we know the value of r1 and r2. So this actually will be, we have written it in scalar form. Okay, so now if you are asked to find out the value of v, so this can be written as v2 minus v1, okay, minus integration of r1 r2 edr. Now suppose r1, your r1 you take at infinity, you take r1 at infinity, so what will happen to your v1? So your v1 will be 0 there. Okay, so then how can you write? You can write, and you write v2 and you write v2 as v. So then v can be written as minus integration infinity to r2, and r2 you can write it as, and r2 can be written as r. So we write it in this manner, edr. Okay, so in this manner we can write. So if you want to write it in vector form, we can also write it in vector form. So then we have to put a dot product here. So it is in this manner we can write So in this manner we can represent it. So this is our formula for potential in terms of electric field. Okay, so that's all for in today's video. In the next video we will be discussing about electric potential due to a dipole. Thank you.